question.
Issue.
Yeah, but just answer the question of racism and misogyny within the Trump
No,
campaign.
these are slanders because they don't want to talk about what I keep trying to talk about and you keep cutting me off from talking about. It is about the issues. That's what people are voting for. It is about trade. It is about jobs. I am responding to a culture out of Hollywood, the courts, the elite media that is promoting single motherhood. They are not promoting single fatherhood or deadbeat dads.
What do you say to women who say you are demonizing single moms?
All I'm doing is citing statistics.
So if you have a 10-year moratorium on legal immigration, what does that do about what you claim to be the problem of illegal immigration? How is that going to stop illegal immigration?
No. My complaint is not with illegal immigration. Republicans have a silicone chip in their brain that means Democrats say diversity is strength. Republicans say we love legal immigration. It's just no. This is a book about immigration.
Just immigration in
not
general.
Legal immigration. I mean, I start with amnesty because that'll finish the country in 5 years, as opposed to the plan we're on now with legal immigration. But what I would like to do, and this is what I began thinking I do, is we just fix the rules. So we do it the way we did it pre-1970. Bring in immigrants who are better than us and make the country better than we are.
What about in the early 20th century? I mean, that's what Milton Friedman favors. Milton Friedman favored a time of illegal immigration because when you started these social programs and people came over for very different reasons than they did at the turn of the century.
Well, it's more than them just coming. Our rules are set up to make it virtually impossible for people to come in and compete, for example, with Mark Zuckerberg for his job. They will be competing for Mark Zuckerberg's landscaper's job. We're not getting...
But there are people who say that's not the worst thing, because if you've got a landscaper...
Well, the landscapers think so.
Well, not necessarily, because if you're working in a low-wage, low-skilled job for a short amount of time, creating capital, you are, A, adding to the economy, and B, bettering your life so you can go on to do other things.
No, you're not adding to the economy. You are adding to the income.
Immigrants are the grease of the wheel in the economy.
Well, that's just... cliche, but
it's not.
It doesn't mean anything.
Study after study
okay, we'll discuss how this works. If you have low-wage immigrants coming in, taking more from the government than they're paying in, that isn't helping the economy. What it's helping is the employer. It may help the low-wage immigrant. It's definitely hurting the people who would be competing for that job, including recent immigrants.
Okay, so if you say that immigrants...
It's definitely hurting people who pay taxes, which unfortunately is only half the country. Now,
but with E-Verify, even if they have false Social Security numbers, you still have a lot of immigrants who come into this country, work really hard, and pay taxes. Therefore, they're adding to the system. But also,
they're not paying taxes.
Yes, they are. If you have a landscaper,
that is not
yes,
true.
They are. Someone who uses a Social Security number to get a job and an employer who uses E-Verify, they are certainly paying taxes.
No, they are not paying taxes. They are accepting more back in not only education, which is vastly expensive.
When you say accepting more back, this is a point where we agree. And I'm wondering if your view would change if you ended the entitlement state. So if people were
that's not going to happen. End the law of gravity.
Well, I mean, it's also not going to happen that people are going to stop coming here. I mean, those are both theoretical propositions.
Well, sure, they stopped coming to Israel. Israel put a fence up and defended its country.
Shabbat shalom.
And so does Switzerland. In fact,
but in California, if you had people who could not, as you say, take more from the government, which is a debatable claim, would you therefore be more in favor of open borders?
Half of Americans don't pay taxes. But you're saying that these minimum wage workers are paying taxes?
A lot of them are, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of jobs that you pay in cash.
If only we were getting the wealthy immigrants who are contributing so much and paying taxes. Those aren't the
non-wealthy immigrants come here and they work their ass off. Okay, here's what you need. Honestly,
yeah, they can work hard, but that isn't the point.
Honestly, do you have Mexican friends? Do you have real Mexican friends?
This isn't about having friends. I have friends who are. It doesn't matter who my friends are. I care about my fellow Americans. I care about the middle class. I care about the working class. I care about Americans losing their jobs and immigrants losing their jobs. And they are the ones, the middle class, subsidizing the rich's cheap labor so they can underpay the maid because they may work hard, but oh boy, do they access
if you are paying
services.
A maid and you are paying a landscaper and you are paying a nanny, those are three jobs you are not doing. You are able to go out there and earn more money and therefore
may not
improve
be
the economy.
It's apparently that every time they have to actually pay taxes on these maids, the rich say, oh, never mind. When they have to pay for a legal maid, as the New York Times has reported, oh no, that's too much. They want the middle class.
So we should have all union maids. We should have a maid union.
An angry third world.